Hi, this is Denise O'Brien with Dome Entertainment. We're here in Goa, India. I'd like to say hello to all of our fans at TTW TV. We're here today to talk to Dr. Milan Hollister, who just presented her workshop on leadership here at the beautiful Marriott in Goa, which is a beautiful 5-star resort. We haven't had too much of a chance to enjoy the outdoors because we've been inside really powering it up with some of the most amazing women in the world here. Over 300 of the foremost leaders on every topic known to women. And today we have Dr. Milan Hollister. I'd like to introduce Dr. Milan and share with us a little bit about the topic of which you spoke today.
Well, this morning I had the absolute pleasure to talk about not just authenticity, but how your authentic purpose goes into leadership and how that is really kind of the platform for really what's going on here. We have all these powerful women, they're leaders, and they have these great messages, and they actually, it was actually hard to do my speech because all of those women are living in their truth right now, in their authenticity. So I don't know that I had a lot to say to anybody because we have such powerhouses here right now.
I noticed during your class there was a gentleman in the room, not very many men here in Goa. There's very few men, I would say like maybe 5%. He actually said leaders are only born. Leaders are only born. You cannot train a leader. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that we can learn skills, certainly, but leadership comes with this kind of platform of love and purpose. And I think no matter what you learn in school, like book learning or whatever the situation is, you have to have some of these fundamentals. And if you don't have the fundamentals, no matter what you learn, you're not going to be able to apply them. And yes, I agree with him to the degree of not everyone can be a leader. And there's a lot of people in the world right now who are proclaiming to be leaders and really not kind of following through on what that really means, because leadership is about love, it's about having purpose, it's about having a true north and a value structure, it's about integrity and character. So can you teach someone to have those things? You can tell them, but it's like any other self-help course. You can give them the information, but the practical application is where people kind of get lost.
And speaking of practical application, there is no better place than a place like India to really talk about consciousness, enlightenment, self-love, some of the qualities of women, many of the qualities of the women that are here. Like you said, it's very difficult to train. I trained earlier today myself on my topic, and when you're in a room full of successful, powerful leaders from around the world, it's a little bit of a different audience. Yes. So talk about the Women's Economic Forum itself. You are one of the speakers at the Women's Economic Forum, and you are one of the foremost here. So being that you've been here just for a few days, talk about the actual forum itself and what do you think it's going to do for women and for the economy in general in the world?
I think the biggest thing is that it's a collective of women from around the world with holding the same space, holding the same consciousness. Again, if you go to one of these women and say, oh, we need to live authentic purpose, or you need to live with the power of love, or they get it, Mm-hmm. But the great thing about this conference is that it's all these collective minds coming together and sharing their ideas. And then also there's some converse things. There are people that are interjecting things that, maybe we didn't think about. So it's broadening our horizons. It's getting to meet the women we never would have had the opportunity to meet before, and building our network so that the people like you and me, the people that are out there doing our jobs, now we have a bigger family. And right. I think that is a huge part of that. Mm-hmm. Because to really impact change, you need support. You mm-hmm. can't do it alone. And right. And that's part of leadership. And all of these women have their platforms and have their dreams and their visions, and now we have a huge sisterhood and a smattering of brotherhood where we can really go out and make some big changes from here forward. And we have, they're all just a phone call away now, or a Facebook message away.
That's right. And if you're in my class, yes, exactly. Facebook, that's where it's at. Or Twitter or LinkedIn. So speaking of family, yes. Dr. Harbeen, Aurora, and Vinay. I mean, what a couple, what a power couple. Yes. They've hosted us here in Goa. They had the river dance cruise last night right along the river that we're sitting in now. They're so elegant and so classy and so, I don't know, let you share a few words on your thoughts on the family that we are part of now, that we've been anticipating for months, and that now that we're here, what does it feel like to be part of this family of Women's Economic Forum? And we're officially all ladies. We're covering our legs in India, but we're the all ladies league here.
And we're dying from the heat.
Yes,
in the
degrees, you never know.
And a lot of misery, I might add. Yes. From the moment we got here, everybody has been so warm and welcoming. And Dr. Harbin, the minute we walked in, it was just like, oh my gosh, we've had this Facebook kind of phone connection, and it was like coming home to. I don't know what it would be the equivalent of, but just, coming home to your sisters, where you're all, this is a big sisterhood here, and you're just meeting people and you're connecting so authentically and so organically. It's not like you're really trying to forge a connection, because it's just there, because we're all, and Dr. Harbin was the catalyst of all that. She really chose some amazing women to come together, handpicked women that she said, this is an alignment, this is an alignment, this is an alignment, and now we're all going to be in alignment together. So it is a wonderful opportunity, and I could do without the humidity, but apart from that,
Okay.
And
let me just have one last question. So I'm the international correspondent for Transforming Today's World TV. It's a amazing platform in America, and so when you get home back
Yes.
to America,
Yes.
what are you going to do differently, or in conjunction with all the sisterhood that we have here, to transform today's world?
Well, the first thing is to continue to forge relationships with these women that I've met, to keep connected with them, have dialogues with them, talk to them more about the platform, make the alignments to move forward. Because what I do, what you do, it's pretty centered around the United States. I mean, I do some things here in India. I've got some connections in Korea and Dubai and all these different places. But now we have Pakistan, we have Africa, we have all of these,
Morocco.
Philippines, Morocco, Albania. Yeah, I mean, we have now the opportunity to take this message and move it in this global direction. So really, when I go home, it's about continuing to foster those connections, to keep in contact with women, figure out how we can really support each other, and make sure that we don't just leave this forum and just be like, okay, well, that was great, but how we can go ahead and keep those connections and move as a collective to change and impact the world.
Sounds great. Well, this is Denise O'Brien with Dome Entertainment and Transforming Today's World TV, interviewing today Dr. Milan Hollister from Southern California, USA. Thank you, Dr. Milan, for taking the time in the 110-degree heat amongst the palm trees, and no coconuts landed on our head or anything. So I think we're good. I think it's time for lunch.
I think it's time for lunch.
Saris.
Oh,
Just
no,
in case.
This is not true.
Oh.
I'm wearing a lahanga.
What am I wearing?
A lahanga. I don't know what you're wearing. Are you wearing a sari or a lahanga?
I'm
You have
wearing both.
She's wearing both.
I'm